More life, more vision. It's Motivation Friday. What's good? Welcome everyone to the Motivation Friday segment. And on today's segment, I just want to tell you guys a story of how God has been grateful. Like when I tell you, it's always good to count your blessings. And not only that, always remember to be grateful when you wake up in the morning and you leave your house to go out, to go work or fend for your family, and you come back in the evening and you're good and you haven't experienced any bad stuff throughout the day. Man, you better be grateful. We have to learn to be grateful because sometimes I guess we take things for granted. You wake up, you don't even say a prayer, you go along with the day and come back and you just take it for granted because you feel like you're entitled to that. This week, I realized that sometimes in life things can actually change in a split second. And there's nothing you can do because you can't even control the outcome. So it's story time. Man, this crazy now. So let me tell you. On Tuesday evening around like 6 p.m. I left my house because I needed to fuel my car, so I needed some gas, and I went to the gas station that's just around the neighborhood. Wasn't anything major. It was, I guess, it like the whole day, the weather was a bit chilly. It was drizzling at some point, so the roads were slippery and all that. But it wasn't anything major. So leave the house, boom, drive, go to the gas station, put on some gas. While I'm doing that, just when I was done, my sister called me. So I connect my Bluetooth while I'm entering the car, and I'm talking to her. As we touch base, I'm at the exit, like at the gas station, like there's like a intersection where I have to wait for the oncoming cars and the other cars that are going on like two different directions. So I'm at the exit at the junction, and so we are talking, so I don't even pay attention to what's going on. I'm at the front of the line because by the time I was about to exit the intersection, the stop sign came on, so I had to wait. So I'm seated there, and then all of a sudden I hear a loud bang, boom, in front of me. I'm like, yo, chill. So I look in front and I see this GMC truck, a white truck, the ones that the construction guys normally use. I see the white truck hit the first car. When I had the loud bang, that's when he hit the first car, and then he swerved and hit another car that was like right in front of my eyes. So he's on the super highway just in front of me. So he hit the first car, hit the second one, and just when he hit the second one, he swerved, and now he's coming straight up in front of me, like his van is rushing towards me. So I'm confused, like I'm like, what am I gonna do? Like I don't even know what to do. So I react so quick and I hit my reverse joint to reverse the car because I'm like, yo, I need to exit from this. But I look behind me, there are cars lined up behind me and I have nowhere to go. When I tell you that's the most vulnerable position I've been, because I'm looking death in my eye, because this one, when I say it's balling like it's coming straight at me and there's nothing I can do. I can't even jump, I can't even move because I'm stuck. So I was like, I remember the first thing I said was like, God, take control. So you can imagine all this is happening in split seconds. Like I don't even have time to react. Like I tried to reverse the car, but I had nowhere to go. So I'm like, okay, let me wait and see what happened. But guess what happened? So the car comes straight towards me, and then there's a curb between the two lanes I'm in. When I tell you, when God comes, he's always on time and he's never late. When people sometimes use that phrase, it seems like it's just a cliche, but to me, it made a lot of sense on Tuesday. Because what I saw with my own eye, I was like, okay, he's about to come and crash head on. He's about to come and hit me, and I can't even do anything. So I was about to unbuckle just in case, so that I can jump to the back seat instead of just waiting for the whole impact. And just when I was about to do that, the van came straight at me and hit the curb and changed the direction. Like it did a 90-degree angle and hit the curb and changed the direction, and the only thing it did was scratch the bumper of my car. At first I didn't know the amount of damage that had happened, because like there's banging, like when it hit the curb it was so loud. Then I just saw it go straight to like in the different direction, and he went, like the driver of the van went and hit a barricade that was in front of like a hotel. So the guy hit the barricade. The wheels are still like, he's still revving the car. So I jump out, because in my mind I'm like, yo, maybe the driver has a seizure or something, because he's still revving. I jump out and I go straight to his side and I open the door, and just when I opened the door, that's when he came back to his senses and he stopped like pressing the gas pedal. I'm like, bro, are you okay? So I asked him. He was shaking. When I tell you, he was so shaken, he couldn't even move. But then I noticed that the engine was smoking, like there was smoke coming out of it. I was like, I tried to help him out. I was like, yo, try and get out of here, because you don't want to sit here and there's smoke coming out of your engine. So the whole time, you can think, the whole time, the first two cars that he hit, everyone is out there like scared, like they were all astonished at what had just happened. But I'm out here not even thinking about myself, but thinking about the next person. So I'm confused at this moment. I'm like, what's going on? I'm not even thinking about my car. I'm actually thinking of the person who has just been affected by the accident. So once I figured that the guy was good, that's when I turn around to go check on my car. And this whole time my mind is running. I'm like, yo, I just escaped a crazy crash, and I had nothing. Like there's no way I would have controlled it if it wasn't for God's hand to just change the direction of that car, or even for the car to hit the curb and change the direction. When I tell you, I only have a minor scratch that can actually be cleaned up if I buff it nicely. I'm no longer, I don't even think I'll be able to see the scratch, but that's just what happened. Like the car turned a 90-degree angle, and it was only like, I would say, inches away from crashing into my car. That for me is what gratitude is about. Like I was super grateful for what actually happened. And it was a lesson, because sometimes I tell people, live your life to the fullest. When you wake up, make sure you maximize your potential, because you don't even know what's going to happen in the next second. You don't even know what's going to happen in the next minute. We take life for granted, but the reality is you have no control of your life. But when God is watching over you, when the universe is watching over you, when it's written that no weapon formed against you shall prosper, trust me, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. And I don't take it for granted, because I stay prayed up. Like when I wake up in the morning, when I'm doing my other stuff, I'm meditating and I'm just being grateful and thankful to God because of all that He has done in my life. So just being in that fix where you can't control, like it's crazy, because there is nothing you can do in such a moment. You just let life move on. You're like, let whatever needs to happen, because I can't even jump, I can't even do anything, I can't control, I can't reverse to remove myself from such a position. But when that happened, I was like, this is a miracle to me, because I don't know what would have happened, like if that truck just came and rammed through me. So many things that would have happened, but guess what? Getting into an accident was not a part of my dose for that day. Like the Most High was watching over me, and I'm super grateful for that. And I just wanted to encourage you guys and tell you, sometimes we are caught up in moments where we don't have control of our lives. We are caught up in moments where we don't even know what's going to happen the next minute, where our next meal is going to come from, where our next paycheck is going to come from, what direction we're going to be able to take in life. We don't even know what needs to be done. But guess what? Do you have control over it? No. Do you know if you're going to wake up tomorrow? No. Do you even know what you're going to do the next minute, or the outcome of all the things that you're working and planning and trying to execute? You have no control of all that. But as long as it's written, you're going to be able to become the greatest. If it's written, if it's a part of your purpose in this life, trust me, the universe is going to conspire to make sure it works, or it's fulfilled in one or another. God is going to make sure that he's watching over you, and you're going to be able to overcome all the obstacles that the devil or the evil one has put in front of you. So for me, that was my testimony. That was my testimony for what I experienced and the miracle that I experienced this week. I'm not going to lie to you. It didn't even hit me like 2 hours later. When I was just chilling, reminiscing and thinking about it, that's when I felt a heavy heart. I was like, I'm super grateful, because there's so much that would have happened. There's so like the story would have been different. I would be telling you guys a different story right now. But guess what? The story I'm telling you right now is what I was supposed to tell you guys. Like, that was my miracle, that was my blessing. And that's why I always say, count your blessing. It might be big, it might be small, but for me, that was a great blessing to just be able to come back home to my family without even a single scratch in my body. I came back in one piece. And I believe it's because every morning when I wake up, I be on my knees, I stay prayed up, and I thank God for the gift of life, and I ask Him to guide my day from the beginning to the end of it. So that's my motivation for you. Just know that as long as you cast your burdens onto the Most High, He's gonna make sure that your life is blessed, that your life is ordained and aligned with His purpose and blessings in your life. I believe there's a God out there who's always watching over us. I believe that we are all meant for greatness, and as long as your vision or your purpose in this world is not fulfilled, the angels are going to watch over you. The universe is going to conspire to make sure everything is aligned. Sometimes we experience the bad so that we can be able to testify because of the goodness that we've experienced. So I always say refinement precedes assignment. For me, that experience was a refining process so that I can be able to be assigned to tell this story and to encourage you. Because I know sometimes you feel like you don't even have a sense, you don't even know where you're headed in life. You don't even know what you're supposed to be doing with your life. Don't despair, don't worry. You're still learning, you're still in the works, you're still being baked, you're still being molded to become the best version of yourself so that you can be assigned the task that the universe has for you. So, Motivation Friday, more life, more vision. Let's keep on believing. Let's keep on working on our dreams. Let's keep on pushing and grinding. We ain't giving up. Like, that's the mantra. No giving up. You've come too far to give up. You deserve to be rewarded for the amount of fight and for the amount of hard work and dedication that you've had this far. So I want to wish you guys an amazing weekend. I want to say keep on keeping on, keep on grinding, keep on manifesting your truth and your blessings, and most definitely you're gonna reap the reward. I'm just gonna leave you with a word of peace, a word of blessing, and say Baraka. That's Swahili for blessings and peace. And I'm out. This is Joe Chege, and this is the Ownership and Greatness Show Motivation Friday segment. Love you all.